The guaranteed money for the UDFA class of the Minnesota Vikings has been released, and it shows the brilliance of Kwesi Adofo-Mensah's roster construction. How does that work? It's very simple. The Minnesota Vikings have done a great job with the UDFA class. During the tenure of Kwesi Adofo-Mensah, there have been 8 players who have made the 53-man roster from the undrafted free agency ranks. Just Luigi Villain in 2022 and 7 over the last 2 years. They've done a great job of identifying talent and paying them to come to Minnesota. And that's the important part. They're giving them money. So let's talk about the reason why. And one of the interesting things about the why behind it is how the Vikings have ended up using that money. Now, you're only allowed to give out a certain amount of money in bonuses. And the Vikings did just that. They maxed out that bonus money. And only Tyler Batty ended up getting a bonus above $20,000 to $25,000. But it's the guaranteed salary that makes the most sense. It's a guaranteed salary where that brilliance comes in. So let's take a look at it. The Minnesota Vikings gave 6 players $234,000 in guaranteed money. And they did give away 2 signing bonuses of $20,000. One to tight end Ben Urasek and one to edge rusher Chaz Chambliss, both of whom were from Georgia. Another interesting element in this whole conversation. Of the 9 players that got over $200,000 combined in fully guaranteed money, they all came from Power 5 programs, or Power 4 now. The Pac-12 should still be alive, I promise. But it's really interesting. Where does $234,000 come from? Why does that make sense? Why does that ring a bell? I can tell you. It is the salary, a year's salary, for a player who's on the practice squad for all 18 weeks. Yep, the number matters. So, Tyler Batty, if he's on the practice squad all 18 weeks, guess what? They would have given him $234,000 anyways. And if any of these guys are cut and then claimed off of waivers, guess what? The Vikings no longer have to give them that guaranteed money. They only have to worry about the signing bonus. And the signing bonus is so minimal, $25,000. Yeah, it's a lot of money. But when it comes to an NFL salary cap, it's pennies on the dollar. It's not that big of a deal. So the Vikings are expecting these 6 players to at least stay on the practice squad. So you've got an edge rusher in Tyler Batty, tight end Ben Urasek, cornerback Zamaya Vaughn, linebacker Austin Keys, offensive tackle Logan Brown, and quarterback Max Brosmer. They expect those guys to be on the practice squad. They have essentially said, hey, we are writing you down in pencil to be on the practice squad. The money matches that. So they're using that to their advantage. The player knows that they're going to get $234,000 plus their signing bonus no matter what. And it's also interesting that those players are also going to be making more than both Kobe King and Gavin Bartholomew from a guaranteed perspective. Now, Kobe King and Gavin Bartholomew each have signing bonuses around $200,000, but they have 0 guaranteed base salary. And that's where being an undrafted free agent can really come into play. Why? Being an undrafted free agent, you can guarantee salary. You don't get that with a rookie contract that late in the draft. So the Vikings have really done a good job in maneuvering and figuring out how to maximize the talent that they bring in these spots. Will it work? It's already worked. They got guys like Ivan Pace doing this. And Ivan Pace is one of the better linebackers we've had in this building in a long time. Kwesi Adofo-Mensah is just brilliant. He understands how to play the game and plays it well. I'm Tyler Forness with A to Z Sports. Skol Vikings.